So if you've been looking for a better submarine to use in Subnautica than the Cyclops, well, you're going to like today's video. This is the Beluga Submarine. So the Beluga Submarine comes to us from creators Blizzard and Babasar. Both of them worked on this, and this is a concept based around the Atlas submarine. As always, if you want to check this mod out for yourself, it will be linked in the description below. Just make sure, even if you've already recently updated these, go ahead and re-download Nautilus, Toby's Beponets pack, and Vehicle Framework mods, just in case, because even though mine were recently updated, I still had issues until I re-downloaded these yet again. And if you do run into problems with this, be sure to check the bugs list on Nexus mods, because there are quite a few mods that it turns out are incompatible with this one. But once you have everything installed, you're going to go to your mobile vehicle bay, of course, and you're going to find the Beluga. Now, this has some hefty requirements as well as interesting requirements, such as 2 alien feces, 8 reactor rods, also a Cyclops Depth Module Mark III and Cyclops Shield Generator, and 4 power cells. So it is one that you technically can upgrade from your Cyclops to by taking out your depth module and your shield generator. The Kyanite definitely makes it one that's going to be a little bit later game, because you do have to wait till you can get down into the lava zone to get that. But once you get this, go ahead and click to build it. So once the Beluga has finished, head towards the front, and you should see this hatch thing open up. If it does not, then you've got something causing a problem. One of the other mods you have installed, because this is what it did. The hatch wasn't even showing. All I saw was the doors closed, but I could still go inside. So yeah, if you see it not actually open, then close your game. You've got something causing a problem. Now, when you come in, we are in the battery area. You can see we have a total of 16 power cells already installed, ready to go. So that's a lot of power. Of course, if you got access to Kyanite, you should be able to go ahead and build out 16 ion power cells and really give yourself some power. We climb on up and we end up towards the front. So starting from the front, obviously we have our spot where we pilot. And you can look back. We now have on the left control for the lights inside and the front. We'll go ahead and turn those back off. We have controls over here. So economy mode, normal mode, and emergency speed. I'm assuming at some point this will be integrated up front, but it's not that way at the moment. Then we toggle our engine power. We can turn on the shield, and then we turn on agility mode. What is agility mode? We'll cover that in just a moment. Moving on back, this is where we climbed up from the battery area. And here we have the Sea Moth docking bay. So it's very tight. Once you get the Sea Moth in there, you're going to see what I mean. It's very small, but you got a way to hold the Sea Moth right here. The next section, consider this kind of your playground area. This whole room will let you build anywhere in the room, normal kind of stuff. We'll throw a fabricator up on the wall. If you place something a certain location, it is going to give a yellow warning that you're going to interfere with something. Just move a little bit and avoid doing that. But yeah, for the most part, you can build anywhere in this area. And the reason I say consider this middle area your playground is because we go downstairs, we have more space where we can build. Now, to me, this seems like the perfect place for doing some storage, except you're going to be doing just the regular lockers. If you don't do the standing lockers, you try to do wall lockers, you'll run into problems here. And unfortunately, this is where I would be using like building tweaks to put the lockers along the edge or along the top. However, building tweaks mod has an incompatibility with this right now. If you use building tweaks, you are going to have to take it out. When I tried this and was trying to build here, it just simply would click and not let me build anything until I took building tweaks out. So maybe that's going to get fixed in the future. Hopefully it gets fixed in the future. But for right now, you do have a downstairs where you could do some stuff. And then if we come to this hatch, we come up here, we have another area that we can customize to our liking. And to me, this one just screams home. This is your living quarters, your bedroom area. Go throw some, you know, like a little desk in here, do something like that, have your bed, do what you want to do in here. Just make it look a little bit nicer. And you got yourself a little lovely place to come here, grab a nap, and have a nice view outside from up above the main part of the sub. So then we reach the back compartment, and here we have the docking bay for the prawn suit, which is one of the big selling points for this vehicle, is it will cover for both the sea moth and the prawn suit at the same time. And then at the very back, we have the cosmetically pleasing engine, and we have 2 upgrade consoles. So I have some of the regular Cyclops upgrades, like you would normally have an efficiency module. You'll have a depth module, even though you used a depth module to make the sub. The reactor module. None of these will go into this. However, mods from the vehicle framework mod, some of the other vehicle mods, you will see that they will work. So right now, our default base depth limit is 2,000 meters with this, which means on its own, without doing anything else, this will go to the deepest parts of the normal map in the game. But let's go ahead and push it a little bit further. We'll throw this modded vehicle depth module, and now I am up to 8,000 meters depth range. So I could literally go to the bottom of the void and just keep going with this. And then one last thing to show you, which is we have a secondary hatch above the prawn suit bay, where you actually can walk outside onto the back of the vessel, or, you know, if you're underwater, swim in from the top side. So now I'm going to turn on the engine power, and we're going to jump in here and start piloting. First thing it says, hit F and T to switch between your cameras. We have 3 cameras, and F and T just one direction forward, the other direction reverse. And then if you need to jump back to your default view, V drops you immediately out. We have a top side forward facing. We have a back very end of the turbine. And then we have an underside forward facing. Right click will turn on the front headlights, just like a normal, you know, Cyclops will. And the great thing about these is these are bright. Look how far out the headlights are covering right now. I can see way out there in the dark. These are just how I think the Cyclops lights should work naturally in the game. Now, when you see it building, this sub honestly looks really big, but when you put it side by side with the Cyclops, you see it does have a bit more length at the back with the turbine, so it is going to be a little bit harder to maneuver vertically in a few areas. And as far as width, it's practically the same as the Cyclops. So there's a few places you may see some problems maneuvering it, but we have a fix for that. So when you were driving, you're normally driving like you would the Cyclops. It's no different. WASD to move forwards, backwards, left, right. You look around, but that's it. But when you toggle agility mode on, you now get a different method, which is one that we've seen in some of the other vehicle framework designed vehicles. It gives you this targeting point that lets you kind of maneuver a little bit more fluidly as far as up and down and at different sides, which means now you can maneuver a little bit more agile-like through some of these openings, such as the opening going down from the Lost River into the inactive lava zone, or going from the inactive lava zone to the active lava zone, instead of having to worry about lining up exactly so you can basically slide downwards like through a cookie cutter. You can turn on agility mode and just angle it directly down and go basically flying through the opening. So beyond the 2,000 meter default depth, of the Beluga. It's also advertised as being able to withstand some of the Leviathan attacks. So I am in the Void, and we should have a Ghost Leviathan kind of poking around here somewhere. Let's see if we can go find our buddy. That's another thing I like about this. You can come down here to the power room and literally stand right here and look out. So we got our Ghost Leviathan friend. Let's go ahead and dump into survival mode. And of course, it's warning me that my sea moth's gonna pop. I guess I'm gonna have to taunt him a bit. Here we go. Now he wants a piece of this. Look at that. Full-on bite from a Ghost Leviathan. 1 point of damage. He keeps going. That's another point. That's no extra boost to this. That is not a mod added for increased hull reinforcement or anything. That is just the default on it. Let's go ahead and throw in a hull reinforcement. Mark 4. Again, another one from a mod, the Upgrade Vehicles mod. And now let's see how much they do. Oh, they're hitting me. They're just going at it. Two of them, at least, hitting me. Yep. And I'm not losing any damage right now. My hull strength has boosted that much that they cannot damage me. Here we are in the active lava zone with our big buddy right here. And let's do a test of his attack versus the sub. I have already repaired back to 100%. We are not using the reinforcement mod right now. So we'll jump into survival and we're gonna see if we get him to come after me now. I think I got him. Oh, nope, he's going away. I'm getting more attention from these guys than from him. Taking 1 point of damage now from the lava lizards, but where'd he go? Well, I don't know what he's doing, except he's not going to interact with me. So let's just spawn in a sea dragon. Here you go. Come on, buddy. Right here. Come after me. Yes. Okay, I got something hit me. I'm just going to hit you myself. There. Look at the damage I'm taking. That is how strong the hull strength is on this. I wish he would attack like that. That's what I need him to do, was come at me with that. But you can see I took some good hits there. Right on from him. Come on, give me a full attack. You know you want to. There we go. And his aim is horrible. Apparently, he cannot even hit me. He keeps missing me and not actually attacking the sub. Like, doing no damage at all. So now it's time to do a test, I guess, with a bunch of Reaper Leviathans. I've literally got everything that should be attacking me in here, and I'm not getting attacked. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe there is something about the sub that limits some of the Leviathan involvement, which is why it's so sturdy. But it's also a case we do have a shield built right in. Turn that on, take no damage. However, take a look at my power. It is draining much quicker now with the shield active, of course. This is definitely not something you're going to run for a long period, just something to get you out of a sticky situation. Right now, I don't think there's any way to actually trigger the shield from inside the actual control panel. I could be wrong on that. I haven't been able to find anything to trigger it, but if there is, then, you know, it should be in the notes at some point for the mod itself. Really, for me, the big thing about this is it truly is a mobile base. It covers you for the sea moth and the prawn suit, which is great for those of you who don't want to use the sea moth arms mods. If you just like the sea moth as is and you want to use the prawn suit as is, then you can have the best of both worlds with this. You can carry both. And again, this has a lot of room to be able to build quite a few things in here. So you have plenty of room for your grow beds, for food production. Even in areas like this, you have space to build. Again, just avoid where it goes yellow. The real drawback for me on this one right now is the fact that it does have a problem if you're using building tweaks with it, and building tweaks is one of my go-to standards. So unfortunately, this is not one I will use until building tweaks is compatible with it, and hopefully that will be soon. But, you know, if you do want to go and build some stuff here, obviously you're going to be limited to the normal base building type stuff. Even the bioreactors, stuff like that doesn't work. You're going to be pretty much doing the interior and the miscellaneous. So no, you're not going to throw a bioreactor in here. Maybe there's a mod that gives you that option, since it does support vehicle mods. But regardless, this is a nice base sub design. It really is. It's a sub, it's a base, it's transport for both of the vehicles, it's storage, it's all of it. And you know what? It's got a nice view, another nice view, and then a nice little bedroom area. So again, this is the Beluga Submarine, and I do have it linked below. Just make sure you get the requirements for it. And if you run into problems, start by checking some of your mods. Again, there's quite a few mods this seem to be incompatible with. Also, go check the bugs tab for the mod page on Netsys Mods and look at the issues other people are having. You may have somebody who's already had the same issue as you and may already know what mod is causing that problem. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button because it helps me out, and thanks for watching.